everyone. We're back with Ken Dombrowski, executive life coach and master hypnotist. And today we're going to start off a little different, and I'm going to take the reins. I kind of want to talk about the way discovery calls work for me and what people call in and how I handle those situations. And really, no matter what somebody's calling for, whether it be a fear, they want to quit smoking, they want to lose weight, they have an unexplained bodily function or what they think would be a medical issue but happens to not be based on doctors' opinions, a lot of different things, I have to explain to people that the basis of their issue is never really quite what they assume it to be. So I'll have someone call in and they have an extreme fear of spiders, or someone that has an extreme fear of driving their car over a bridge or whatever it may be. And at the end of the day, the reasoning for that fear isn't as cut and dry as you got into a car accident once, or a spider bit you once, or whatever it may be. And the same thing applies to people when it comes to quitting smoking. A majority of individuals that come to us for something like quitting smoking didn't just pick it up one day and weren't able to put it down. There's emotional reasons that keep them using that negative coping mechanism. Same thing with people who want to lose weight and can't, and they found out it's not medical, the diets didn't work, the exercise didn't work. There's something emotionally holding you to that place. And that's the entire reason that we come in. And so I just help people understand that, one, you're not crazy, and two, we don't have the answer yet. The entire purpose of us is helping you find that and then resolving it. We're not just going to be like, oh, well, this is your issue on a platter. We're going to say, okay, this is where this is stemming from, and now let's help you resolve that.
Well, that was really that was a lot going on there, and you're absolutely right. One thing that we have to deal with a lot is people are expecting me to have all the answers. But I say I have very few answers, but I have lots of really great questions. Mm-hmm. And the importance of great questions, finely tuned, specific questions in a process and a pattern in cyclical motion, that helps a person bring the answers to the surface so they can identify with them. So that's really the biggest part of who I am and what I do. And then from there, what do we do with that information is going to be, more treatment, more work that we get to do. So when we look at why someone calls us, oh, I'm drinking too much. My whole family drinks. I've been drinking my entire adult life, but I'm drinking more and more and more all the time, and I don't know why. Started about 5 years ago, blah, blah, blah. And these kinds of things, we get this all the time. Whether it's drinking, smoking, fears, doubts, whatever it might be. We always look at it from, what happened as a child. It always starts back there. Always, always, always. And sometimes we get some pushback. Get people, that might get even a little bit upset or frustrated with me. You keep talking about my childhood. I'm telling you, it started when I was, 35 years old, not when I was a kid. Why do we keep talking about my childhood? Why do you keep asking me about my relationship with my mom, my relationship with my dad? Well, because we find literally 100% of the time, without fail, that's where it began. So I'm thinking of one right now. Had a woman several years ago, super nice lady, mid-50s-ish. She came to me telling me she had depression for 10 years. 10 years, that sounds kind of specific. Well, what happened 10 years ago? She said, I got a divorce. Oh, okay. So she starts explaining to me the circumstances of the divorce, that she thought that her and her husband were happily married for 20 years at that point. And then one day he literally says, I'm divorcing you. I was like, got knocked over by a truck. Oh my God, didn't see this coming. Well, I said, okay, I understand that. And then so from there you had depression. Okay. Well, tell me about your relationship with your dad. She looked at me kind of crazy. Like, well, what? No. Nothing to do with my dad. My dad was great. Had a great relationship. My dad was great. Nothing wrong there. I'm telling you, it's my ex-husband. It took me a while to help her understand that the reason she was in a relationship that she wasn't aware was unhealthy, first of all, and then she was completely blown away suddenly by this news of being, I want a divorce, and then carried it in a depression for 10 more years. Those three things started when she was a child. that led her to this kind of a situation, this kind of a relationship. So we have to resolve the childhood issue first before we can resolve the divorce issue. Now, what tends to happen, not all the time, but tends to happen, is that once we find that connecting childhood matter, by the time we get through that, several sessions go by, there's no more issue with the divorce. It's kind of gone now. It's like that domino effect. That first domino took the rest of them. If you only start at halfway of the dominoes, and you're only knocking over half of them, but the first half of those dominoes are still they're still wreaking havoc under the surface. So the value of going all the way back to find out what the start was, that does it every single time.
See, and that's why in the discovery calls as well, I tell people quite often, I'm like, we're not going to sit here and talk about just this issue, because every issue that you have emotionally is an interconnected issue. None of these are standalones. They're all feeding off of each other. They all work together to create what might be a bad habit, a negative coping mechanism, something that appears to be a medical issue, like all those different things, smoking, So I think that's so important, is to help people understand that we're not just talking about this. We're talking about, like you said, every building block, every decision, every experience that led to this reaction. And I think it's just really important for people to understand that the reason something like this may work better for you than something like traditional therapy is because we're not just hammering away at this one instance. We're talking about everything that had culminated to make it. So I'm sorry, you are going to have to talk about your childhood again, even though you feel like it's been beat to shit. And it's because we're not trying to assist you by giving you the answers. This is assisted self-discovery. You are going to find them on your own based on the questions that you're asked. And that's why it's extremely important and helpful.
Again, that was perfectly put. Couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah, so it's never what you think. So just take that with you. Whatever it is you're focusing on, that's not it. But that's the result of what it actually is.
And we can work backwards. That works just fine for us. Just know you're not going to talk about what you think you're going to be talking about.
Right. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. If you're ready to have this conversation, give us a call today. Thank you.
Thank you.